Well, what's up, you guys? I don't know how to say this, but I've not really been uploading for a while. And, there is some I'm going to go ahead and state that, this might be about, some stuff's been going on. And this might have been something not too long ago. And, you know, I actually had something popped up and it was unexpected. And, it's a lot to deal with. But, doing YouTube and things and all that, you know, there is one thing I'm going to state, and this is something that a lot of people probably might do and all this stuff, but, you know, this fancy related stuff and things is not something I'm about, but doing a lot of these videos and all that, I really would just state that heck, it's just, with working on cars and all that and things, I haven't had really any projects or anything, but, you know, doing so much of this stuff with cars all the time, I'm not really up into that kind of stuff, really. I like doing the hobby, but I don't like doing the same thing all the time. Because of, a lot of these cars nowadays, I really don't mean to say it like this, but, you know, all the stuff that they're saying about electric cars and all that I really cannot stand is, the fact that there's fans up in computers and all that. You might have more fans, this and that up into them, and, you know, it's like even from Jeeves, and I don't know what other kind of vehicles you guys like or anything, but there's a big change with that stuff. Some of these batteries and all that I really am not a big fan of is that, that they go to all this electric crap and, the batteries do get hot. It's like your phone can get hot. And I'm not even making this stuff up, but the thing about this stuff that some people really declared is that batteries exploded. That is something there. And, even some of these warehouses, they're starting to go with this ALI crap and all this stuff, but, you know, anybody wanting to make results and make stuff happen, don't find an easy way how to do some of this stuff because of, some things might be easy to do, but sometimes you can really mess some things up. And there's some people who've really been working on cores a lot longer than I probably have ever done some of this other stuff. But, it just takes a lot of reading up on all this stuff and things because of heck, it's just most of the stuff by the manufacturer and all that I really don't mean to state is, why the heck would I want to run something, use more energy just to have it? It's just stupid. I feel like to me, it's like if you're going to use more energy just to be inefficient, that's just a waste. But then if you're going to do some things, okay, to help some things run and function better, there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't like dealing with stuff as like the cheap, throwaway, knockoff garbage and give that stuff to people. I'm not about that kind of stuff. But, and it's just, there's a lot of different things that some people may not ever realize. You know, charging up batteries. I've said this stuff before in another video about spending more time charged than sleeping. When I feel like getting up on the highway with an electric car, there is something about this I can't even stand is that, if you get up in an electric car and get up on the highway, it's going to use more energy. But the thing about why I'm stating it, it's kind of like city's going to be more than highway. And, driving the gas or diesel or natural gas, you're going to get a lot better on the highway. But the thing about all this stuff that I really can't stand is, the range is just going to be probably not the best. But there's some ways you can end up doing some things to use more energy. But the thing about it, the way how cars are and things, sometimes you only keep these things to a certain extent. Some people drive vehicles with 250 some thousand miles and all, but the one thing about it that's just to me actually happened before. I got a vehicle with 230 some thousand miles up on the body, but it had a brand new motor and transmission and drivetrain, you could basically say. But the whole thing about it is, you know, Vehicles get a lot of miles on them. Some things come up and some things happen. You know, you can have a nice vehicle, and a lot of times they have vehicles up on catalogs, like you can see there's a vehicle there and all that. It looks pretty nice. But sometimes, you know, having nice things, they take time to build them, they take time to make them. And most people mess around with body work. Some people have Bondo up on their vehicles. Most vehicles and all, I really hate to admit it, is I don't ever get, like, you know, buying these daggone lift kits, tighten up bolts, tighten up a whole bunch of other stuff, investing more in suspension, dealing with more components that I can't even understand how the heck this stuff functions and all that. Your knuckles, your pitman arms, your tie rod ends, your ball joints. And some of these vehicles might have a little bit of a different suspension setup and things, but some vehicles have these unibody vehicles, like unibody frames. Some of these Jeeps actually have this crap up on them, but I'm not a big fan of these unibody vehicles because of, you know, you can run up over something, do damage to the subframe and all that, and something may not be right, and then you got to end up doing some really weird welds and all this. But, you know, there's some things with that I really don't want to deal with, and I don't want to get into with it because of most of the stuff. It's like, you know, you can put some up in it a little bit different, and some things may not be the same. But this here is a really long topic, so I'll just tell you guys, like, comment, subscribe. Hope I have another video in the next week. So that's about it. Peace.